Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 BTS songs that tackle serious issues.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Everyone knows these guys can throw a party, but today we're looking at the songs where BTS dug deep and got honest about themselves and the world around them. The members have all been willing to bare their souls on their various solo efforts too, but for this list we'll be focusing on group numbers. Which BTS song resonates most with you? Tell us about it in the comments. Number 10, Whalian 52. In 1989, scientists discovered a whale of an unknown species whose call, at 52 Hz, is at a higher frequency than any other similar creature, meaning it lives its life unable to communicate with other whales. Inspired by this story, BTS took the 52 Hz whale and expanded it into a metaphor for loneliness. While some of the lyrics are specific to the isolating nature of celebrity, Whalian 52 is generally a song about the much more universal experience of feeling alone in the world. It expresses concerns about being misunderstood and out of place, as well as a longing for community. That sense of alienation is something that many people continue to identify with throughout their lives, making Whalian 52 as timeless as it is underrated. Number 9, No. South Korea has an intense culture of achievement which impacts students especially hard. Not far removed from their own school days when this song was released, and with Jungkook still a student at the time, these high-pressure demands were something the BTS members were acutely familiar with. Here, the edgy, rebellious image of BTS's debut era becomes a means to speak to real issues affecting whole generations. No questions the idea of what success looks like. In pursuit of the right schools and the right careers, young people are ground down to nothing and trapped in a cycle of misery. The lyrics call on students to reject a status quo that is so detrimental to their mental health and figure out what will actually lead to happiness. Number 8, 0 O'Clock. We all hit rough patches. Whether it's a bad day or a bad stretch, sometimes nothing is right. 0 O'Clock is a song for when you're stuck in that place. The lyrics acknowledge feelings of anxiety and depression, whether tied to a specific event or just part of a general low point. But more importantly, the song doesn't dismiss those feelings and gives validity to the need to be sad sometimes. With that said, 0 O'Clock is ultimately an optimistic song, reminding listeners that every new day brings the chance to start over. It may take a few cycles around the clock, but thinking that you're always moving closer to better times can give you the courage to keep going forward until then. Number 7, Spinebreaker. BTS is always ready to stand up for young people, but that doesn't mean they won't also call them out. Spinebreaker holds nothing back in criticizing the materialism and classism that are byproducts of the wider achievement culture. The song's title comes from a Korean phrase for a kid who demands the trappings of luxury, regardless of the hardship it may cause their parents. And the lyrics are a blistering takedown of people who define status in terms of material possessions. As relevant as Spinebreaker was in 2014, it's even more so now. With the rise of social media influencing, the intervening years have seen more and more people reach a similar level of disillusionment with the curated wealth flexing we see crowding our feeds. Number 6. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Often considered one of BTS's best songs, Blood, Sweat, and Tears earns that status in no small part because of its lyrical and thematic complexity. On the surface, it seems to be about a toxic relationship, but digging deeper, it's an examination of the fine line between growth and self-destruction. Temptation is a core element of the song, as it explores how ambition and desire can ultimately drag someone to the dark side. Obsession of any kind takes on an addictive quality until someone in its thrall will ultimately make choices they know are harmful in pursuit of their fixation. The layering of these ideas goes beyond just the lyrics as well. With its seductive production and performance qualities, Blood, Sweat, and Tears puts listeners inside the narrative on an emotional level. Number 5. Blue and Gray. BTS likes to keep us hopeful, and we love them for that. But it's their human moments that are some of their most powerful. Blue and Gray was written for the B album, a project self-produced by the members during the 2020 lockdown. This song in particular is an unflinching expression of their darker emotions during this time. The lyrics confide experiencing everything from a lack of purpose to crushing loneliness to overarching depression as life was forced to a standstill. And for once, there's no attempt to uplift, just an aching, melancholic wish to feel better. Blue and Gray is starkly intimate, but it also shows BTS at their most relatable. As millions around the world grappled with the same feelings, there was comfort in knowing we were in it together. Number 4. Black Swan. What happens when you get everything you ever wanted? Well, as BTS shares with us, the answer is complicated. Starting as scrappy underdogs, the group fought their way up to the top only to discover their dream carried unexpected costs. Black Swan describes the burnout that resulted from all those years of relentless striving. And with that, the members confront the disturbing fear of losing their artistic passion. Both meditative and underpinned with anxiety, Black Swan is potent in its vulnerability. And while sympathizing with BTS, we can't help but start to contemplate their concerns on a more macro level. Who are any of us without a motivating force in life? The song offers no answers, and that's part of what makes it so resonant. Number 3. Am I Wrong? This song came out during an especially tumultuous moment for South Korea. Not only was a corrupt administration in power, but then President Park Geun-hye was actively working to suppress criticism, even allegedly blacklisting artists who spoke out against her. And in this climate, BTS stepped up in spite of the risk. Am I Wrong expresses frustration with the state of affairs and the government's treatment of the people. And while it doesn't point fingers at anything explicit, the lyrics contain possible references to several scandals that resulted from the unscrupulous behavior of the authorities. The upbeat delivery may seem more cheeky than rebellious, but its ability to get in your head is part of its power as an act of protest. The boldness of BTS cannot be dismissed. Number 2. Silver Spoon. As much as we admire how BTS have matured as artists, we will always love the brash, unapologetic quality of their early days. Silver Spoon is perhaps the best of that era, delivering biting social commentary along with all that defiant attitude. The song is directed towards older generations of elites who have rigged the system in a way that puts young people at a constant disadvantage. Resentment pours out of lyrics recounting how they have been told to simply try harder. With wealth inequality becoming a bigger problem all over the world, Silver Spoon continues to strike a chord with listeners. As the song points out, nothing about the situation is right or normal, and we don't have to pretend that it is. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. No More Dream. BTS's debut single proved prophetic with a message about breaking the mold and following your own path. Life Goes On. Reflecting on the events of 2020, this song gave BTS and ARMYs alike a chance to process the uncertainty, anxiety, and grief caused by global lockdowns. Pied Piper. This gentle call-out to obsessive ARMYs is an insightful examination of the relationship between artist and fan. 21st Century Girl. A message of empowerment and self-worth from BTS to their female-identifying listeners. C. BTS gets confessional, taking us inside their struggle for success.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Spring Day. Just as a standalone piece of music, Spring Day is a masterpiece. It's a poetic exploration of loss, which alone could earn it this spot on this list. However, it may have another layer. Many believe that the song is a tribute to the Sewol ferry sinking of April 2014, where many lost their lives as a result of systemic corruption. While BTS has never officially confirmed anything, imagery in the music video, namely the yellow ribbons and piles of clothing, seems to support the theory. Either way, the song is a stunning reflection on the grieving process. Wistful and evocative, it embraces the heaviness while also looking forward with the hope of healing and renewal.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.